Representative Eskamani, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate that. Representative McClure. So, you know I have concerns about your bill, and I'll just state it for the record. First of all, for those who don't know what phosphogypsum is, it is a radioactive waste from processing phosphate ore into phosphoric acid, which of course is predominantly used in fertilizer. Radium-226 found in phosphogypsum has a 1,600-year radioactive decay half-life. In addition to the high concentration of radioactive materials, it also contains significant amounts of sulfur, arsenic, barium, cadmium, chromium, copper, fluoride, lead, and zinc. Now, we often see these giant stacks called gyp stacks, especially in Southwest Florida and other parts of the heart of Florida, because that is where the waste is stored. So I understand the public interest in trying to explore alternatives for the use of such material. But I am concerned that our approach is one that does not take into consideration health risks and is not taking into consideration new scientific data. This also, of course, has federal dynamics. We all know that under the Trump administration, the EPA gave approval, and then that shifted gears when the Biden administration came in. But the environmental community has been pretty consistent in their concerns when it comes to this idea that we have seen it used in other parts of the world. Other countries have also rolled back some of its use. And I think without longitudinal data, my concern is that we are creating an environment where especially our workers could be exposed to toxic chemicals and materials, I should say, that we don't feel the impact today, but we could feel it 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And I'll also add that here in the Florida House, we recently had a very good bill focused on the Osborne Reef and cleaning up the Osborne Reef. And for my friends in South Florida, you already know this, but waste tires were essentially used in an effort to try to recreate environmental ecosystems. And again, the point of that was to take a material that would be waste, that would be in our landfills, and try to reinvent it in a different way. And today we have to clean up the Osborne Reef. And so I don't want to come back and see a situation where, you know, we jumped ahead too quickly without the research in deciding to put into place phosphogypsum in roads when it's too late to go back, or the cost to go back will be very heavy. I also just want to add to that point that I think Representative Cross brought good amendments for consideration. For example, having the work not just be done by FDOT, but also integrate environmental voices through FDP alongside Department of Health, so that you have a full circle of perspective in analyzing the effects of this potential idea. I also know that my colleague often refers to it as a demonstration. It's a study. I'm concerned that a demonstration would actually mean that we're going to build pilot roads and local communities won't have a say if that happens or not, which again is a preemption of local perspective that I just can't support. So with that said, I always appreciate McClure and the debate and the dialogue, but I will be voting down. I encourage others to do the same and not to support radioactive roads at this time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.